You don't have to set yourself on fire. But now we got David fucking Weed.
Ooh, yeah, you are sweaty. Hey, keep it going for our wonderful host, the very sweaty Alice Carrier. Alice's friends like to give each other human skulls. Whoa. I mean, I've heard of giving good head, but this is ridiculous, folks. All right, I got a bone to pick with you. All right. I had a little time to think about some bone jokes. Hey, Beastie Boys, sure, I've been looking at that too for a while. Did you see that the Beastie Boys just sued Applebee's for using one of their songs without permission, the song Sabotage? Which makes sense because when I go to Applebee's, I feel like I've really sabotaged my intestinal tracts. What I'm saying is it makes my diarrhea drop. All right, Beastie Boys. We doing impressions. Have you seen these racist sharks? Sharks are the most racist of the animals. They're always talking about how great it is to be white. Have you seen great white shark? All right. I can't stand racist Canadians, though, because when they say the N-word, it's always with the hard A. All right. It's a call back from 2 hours ago. Might have worked a little better, but we're having a good time. They say 2 heads is better than 1, but 3 heads? That's too many heads. Is this thing on? I was at Dante's earlier today, and somebody brought up the Bechdel test. It was me, and no one knew what the Bechdel test was. No one, not a single person. Definitely not the guy wearing Beastie Boys shirt. What about the women? Tell us what the Bechdel test is real quick, in a nutshell, if you could.
Well, it's a test created by a professor at Portland State that says that women are underrepresented in film, which means basically that main characters who are female don't talk to each other. In traditional films from Hollywood, women, when they speak, only are speaking of men or their male counterparts, which she feels is wrong.
That's right. Wow, is that right? Woo! 2 guys talking about the Bechdel test. I think that's what the doctor was thinking about. Yeah, just a couple of... So in the inspiration with the great Dr. Bechdel, I don't know, maybe there's a couple Bechdel jokes out there. Hey, why did Dr. Bechdel cross the road? To finish her conversation with another woman. It's a fascinating conversation. You know what the opposite of the Bechdel test is? It's when 2 guys talk about Joe Rogan. Ugh, you don't want to do that. All right. But I saw 2 women burping at each other. I mean, that's more like the Belchdel test. All right. She spells her name with the CH. It's close. It's close. How does Dr. Bechdel reach orgasm? With a Bechdel. Okay. Don't tell her I said that one. But I once had a threesome with 2 women. All they did was talk to each other the whole time. It really gave me Bechdel dysfunction. Okay, that one doesn't sound like I thought it would. You've heard of the book Of Mice and Men? There's also a version about women. It's called Of Mice and Women. The author, John A. Steinbechdel. All right. Okay, all right. I guess I'm the only one who read that one. What I can't stand is when 2 cyclists are just talking about their cycling. That's called the Bechdel test. All right, we're getting diminishing returns from the Bechdel test jokes. How many Bechdel tests does it take to change a light bulb? 1 to change the light bulb and 1 to have a great conversation with. Okay, all right. So Dr. Bechdel, she walks into a bar. The bartender says, "How's it going?" Dr. Bechdel just says, "I'm just glad you're a woman." They're not all ha-ha funny. Some of them you got to think about a little bit. All right. What do you call 2 women passing the Bechdel test? I don't know. They wouldn't talk to me. I just hope they're talking about me. They probably aren't, though. But I heard Helen Keller, she just hates the Bechdel test. Yeah, when 2 women talk, she just never listens. All right, sorry, Helen Keller. You got to stray for this one. You're definitely not going to end with the Helen Keller joke. Looking. I think we all learned something about Bechdel today. What a great person. What a great individual. You know, some animals have some animals believe in predestination. But porcupines, they can actually make the choices for themselves. Yeah, they have free quill. Can you tell that some comedians are like influenced by Seinfeld a little too much? I can tell because my set was about nothing. Yeah. Thank you. I'm David Weed. Keep it going for one of us. Alice Carrier.